And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day committed to picking a fight with the mainstream media, always providing you the timely truth centered around real estate, credit, finance, estate and tax planning, and so much more. We're helping you win as your number one consumer advocate right here based in Tampa Bay. Salem Communications. We got a 4 o'clock drive time show daily on AM 860 The Answer. You can find it on the FM dial over at 93.7 on the FM dial as well. Got our weekend show on FM 102.5 The Bone, and we would love to connect with you online. Follow us online at Brandon Rhymes1 on Instagram and Twitter, the Consumer Quarterback Show page out there as well on Facebook. We got LinkedIn. We can connect and linked up there. And save our hotline number in your phone because that's what we do with this show. It's all about, we want you to engage with us. There's lots of ways that you can engage and help you live a better life. So we're going to entertain a bit, but ultimately we want to have you reach out to us through our hotline, 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
Give us a call on the hotline, 813-670-7372. You can call or text that line. Also, bookmark our website, consumerqb.com. You can see links there to all of our expert contributors at consumerqb.com. Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Roku, and 85 other outlets as well for our TV show side. Search Binge Networks. You'll be able to find us on your smart television at home or in the office. And it's all about helping you win, making you just a bit more street smart here. And how do we do that? Well, we bring in the best expert contributors that the Tampa Bay area has to offer. Connor Keller back in studio.
Hey,
Welcome
Brandon.
in, sir.
Thanks for having me. How are you doing today?
Doing well. Thank you. Insect IQ in the house.
How did your launch party go the other night?
Launch party was great. We had a really good turnout. Lots of friendly faces, some new faces in there. The catering partner did a great job. The food was amazing. We did a really special rendition of the Pledge of Allegiance too, so that was fun. And that'll be coming out in our field shoot.
I like what your people are doing on Facebook and the marketing and just kind of bringing all the preferred providers together. That's awesome.
Yeah, appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah, so a lot of good things happening. Actually, just came from Work Done Charities. We were doing a home presentation, the 173rd home that Warwick done in conjunction with Habitat for Humanity that they put out there. 173 homes, 18 states, 11 cities. I mean, just a major influencer in the former, one of the best former NFL players doing good in the community.
It's nothing better than that. So
really cool.
Speaking of homes, I mean, I've been going batty out there doing bat work, and I really want to talk about that today. And it's really easy to get bats in your house. It's not so easy to get them out. And,
right.
And we're really experts at removing animals, sealing the house up, and making sure that you don't get them again. You have Fred here from, he does aluminum screen structures, which really will keep a lot of mosquitoes and other pests out of the house. But I even do jobs where squirrels are chewing through screens and have solutions for that too. So wow. I'm glad to be here and eager to get going.
Awesome. That sounds great. Looking forward to it. Fred DeFelice in the house as well.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So we got waterscience.us talking about how to have that clean, healthy, tasty water in your home or business.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Great
man.
to be here. Yep.
Yes, sir. So there's a lot of stuff that we're going to be exposed to today. You're going to tell us about, some of the stuff that's in our water that we might not think is even in there.
Yeah. Going to bring you right up to speed.
Awesome.
Yep.
Sounds good, buddy. And we got the Tin Man in the house as well. Fred, Tampa Screens in aluminum. Fred Muth.
Howdy, everybody. Speaking about going batty, I'm going batty selling these jobs.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
I can't make the launch parties, I really miss the launch. I used to go to all your parties. And, it's just been lately signing one after another at night. So it's going to slow down. It slows down. I'm going to start making the parties again.
There you go.
And I'll be less batty.
There you go. All right.
You.
So we got a theme. Today's show is the theme is batty then.
It is Halloween coming up.
That's right. It's right around the corner. That's right.
Some of us don't have to try too hard.
No, that's true. It's kind
How
of
about
scary.
you, Fred? You feel the same way?
Absolutely.
Good.
Yeah, this segment is brought to you by Infinity Medical Institute as well here in Tampa Bay. Say hello to our friends Mike and Kat Montemurro over at Infinity Medical Institute. Find them online at infinitymedicalinstitute.com. 10 years in business, over 40,000 folks, patients serviced, and they are the leading experts in bio-natural hormone replacement therapy right here in Greater Tampa Bay, right on West Shore Boulevard in Tampa. Infinity Medical Institute's exclusive hormone therapy options are not only the most effective in our field, but they cannot be duplicated anywhere else. And they use the pellets. Pellet hormone therapy is another option for those looking for hormone replacement. It's great for weight loss, all types of great benefits. Check out infinitymedicalinstitute.com or give them a call, 813-871-2929, 871-2929, 1715 North West Shore Boulevard. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Take them up on special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you heard about them right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And we got a couple of hot listings here. I want to let you know about some properties that we've just listed in the Tampa Bay area. 350 Boca Ciega Way. This property is a gorgeous beach property over in Pinellas County, and it is just a very unique, when I say one-of-a-kind property, this is a one-of-a-kind property. 350 Boca Ciega Drive, Madeira Beach. Gorgeous interior. Check out all the thoughtfulness that went into designing this home, and it's just got so many cool little parts and areas into this property that it really makes you just enjoy the Tampa Bay lifestyle. Check that out. Very unique property. Boca Ciega Drive, Madeira Beach. Carla is our lead listing specialist on this property. Beautiful property here in Tampa Bay. Also, 4348 Harbor Point Drive up in Port Richey. Now, Harbor Point is another gorgeous property. 4348 Harbor Point is a property in Port Richey, $1.99 million, so a $2 million listing of mine, and this is just a gorgeous property as well. That estate style home, waterfront, right on the bay, direct access out into the Gulf, so it's perfect for the fishermen out there. Check out that gorgeous pad right there, beautiful home. Check them all out at platinummvpteam.com. All right, let's jump right into it. This consumer advocate content, the consumer advocate approach that we have with Connor Keller, Insect IQ in the house. We're talking about ways that people can keep their properties free of pests, everything from insects to small animal, rodent removals. You do it all.
Yeah, and so much to talk to and so little time to do it in, so I'm going to jump right in. But let me start off by saying I really need to hire some people, and I thought I'd take a moment to take advantage of this medium and get to the public out there. I know you have a large listening. I need a listening group, but I need a full-time wildlife technician in Tampa and a full-time wildlife technician in Orlando. So we're all over Florida. And growing quickly. We're picking up work from other pest control companies. I think that's a good referral. When another pest control company will hire you and share their customers with you, you're doing something right. I picked up a contract with the school board, with the Hillsborough County school system, and I'm doing all of their bat work now. We're already doing their bee work and their animal work. So these are all really good references, and we're a good company to work for. So I'll just say give me a buzz, and I'd be happy to talk to you. I prefer someone with experience, but I'm willing to talk to anybody. The best thing to do is just call my office at 813-930-2847 if you're interested in a new career. It's always something new every day, and usually someone who works in a construction business or a handyman really is an easy transition into a job like that. You have to like working outside in the heat. We do live in Florida; it gets pretty hot in the summertime. But other than that, it's a great job. Yeah, it sounds like a rewarding job too, where you're helping people with these problems that they don't know how to handle them. And we've talked about at our house just the mosquitoes and the midges and some of these things. You're providing that lifestyle. You're helping people live that Florida lifestyle. How is things going? I changed the product we're using at your house, and has a couple different insect growth regulators. So the adulticides don't seem to be working well on the midges, and it's really about their behavior and the way they move around and their sites that they breed in. They're very similar to mosquitoes, but different enough that typical mosquito treatment's not always effective.
Yeah.
The good news is, as we cool off, that generally resolves on its own.
Good.
So hopefully that's getting better, or will get better soon for you.
Yeah.
A lot of that's just unfortunately living on a lake and a
Yep.
shady lot. So
Part of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Part of the lifestyle. Coming into the best months of the year, though, aren't we?
it is. I love it. Actually, I'm going to go up this weekend to some property I have in North Florida, and I was looking at the weather, and they're talking low 50s at night and high 80s high 70s during the day.
Beautiful.
Couldn't ask for something better. I said, finally fall. You know,
Yeah.
where is it? Certainly not here. But anyways, really, what I want to talk about today is bat abatement. You wouldn't think that's very common, but it is. You know, we do a ton of bat work all over Tampa Bay. We have 12 different species of bats in Florida. A few of them really like your house and like human dwellings, and actually have evolved to live in and around human beings and their structures. The real problem is they're actually a beneficial animal. They eat mosquitoes. They're insectivores. So we want them in the environment. You just don't want them in your house. And what happens is they'll exploit construction flaws and start building a family, and their numbers build up. And what you'll get is guano and urine, and that's really the problem. That's where the health issues come in. You can get things like histoplasmosis from the guano if it's built up in confined spaces like your soffit, your attic, or Lord forbid, your wall, or even inside your house. So that's where we come in. And really what we do is a comprehensive inspection, figure out exactly what's going on, come up with a solution. Essentially, we hang one-way doors that the bats fly out at night. So we're not allowed to. They're federally protected. We're not allowed to molest or trap them in any way. So we take advantage of their biology and behavior, but essentially evict them from the house and then seal everything up, clean everything up. It's a very straightforward process from start to finish. You really just want a professional to do it. You're working at height, usually on a roof. You're working with animals that are known to carry things like rabies and other disease, but your real concern is the guano and urine. Just like most animals, when they get inside your house, that's what you want to avoid.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll talk as well about the packages that you offer. You can bundle and save throughout the year, put on that monthly payment plan, and just have it all taken care of throughout the year.
Well, in my business, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. You know, that old adage is truer than anything. And our residential pest management program, we're out on your property every 2 months, and I train our technicians to really look at all problems, not just for pests. So having us out, and it's very affordable. We're really looking for termites. We're looking for animal problems. We're looking for all these issues, and a lot of times we can prevent it and prevent you from having to deal with it or damage or repairs, and that's really the benefit of using Insect IQ.
Awesome. We got Connor Keller in studio, Insect IQ. Coming up as well, Fred DeFelice, water science, everything you want to know about water, healthy drinking through the water systems here in Tampa Bay. It is something that you want to hear more coming up also later in the show. Fred Muth, the Tin Man, here in studio on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And every day we're going to tell you something positive in our feel-good story of the day. Idaho farmers unite to help a neighbor harvest his potatoes hours before a deep freeze. We'll be right back here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. For more information, go to consumerqb.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by Trulieve on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
Welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here. I'm your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, helping our buyers and sellers and investors out there make savvy decisions when it comes to real estate. We're also a certified negotiation expert. So when it comes time to negotiating the best terms for you, we're going to help you win in your real estate deals, your real estate negotiations. Check out PlatinumMVPteam.com for more details about our real estate business with Keller Williams Realty. And this segment is brought to you by the Bilmar Beach Resort. The Bilmar Beach Resort on Gulf Boulevard and Treasure Island, our official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. And I love going down there on the weekends or local staycations for folks here in the Tampa Bay area, out of town. Great place for a vacation here. The Bilmar Beach Resort on Treasure Island. 2 beautiful pools on site, Sloppy Joe's Restaurant and Beach Bar. They've got the party deck upstairs, restaurant, just cool little sitting areas all throughout with the fire pits, and it's got 90% of the rooms actually have a beach view, and you can walk out right onto the beaches here at the Bilmar Beach Resort, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Check them out online, but book directly. Don't book at one of those other sites. Book directly. You get the best rate that way, and give Clyde Smith, the general manager, a call. Let him know the real estate quarterback sent you. All right, a couple of hot properties for this segment. 861 Mandalay Avenue on Clearwater Beach. This property is just reduced down to $699,000 right on the beach, North Clearwater Beach. So you're literally 200 steps, and you are on the sugar sand beaches and dolphin-filled waters of North Clearwater Beach there. Great place to hang out. There's a cool party pad in the middle there with the bar, tiki bar type setup. Outdoor showers, completely renovated, beautiful property, $699,000, huge master bedroom as well. It's got a 3rd bedroom out back as well. Beautiful property. Check them out at PlatinumMVPteam.com. Also, 12610 Port Marnock. This property is in a gated community. Owners are super motivated here at 12610 Port Marnock Drive in Odessa. This property in Odessa, it's a golf course community. You've got the golf course there, of course, golf carts throughout the property. Throughout the community. Brand new updated kitchen here, light color kitchen, just a beautiful property, ready for your family to call it home right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. Check out all of our real estate properties at PlatinumMVPteam.com.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
All right, we got Intelligent Talk Radio, our intelligent lineup here today. Connor Keller, Insect IQ. We got Fred DeFelice, waterscience.us, and Fred Muth, the Tin Man, Tampa Screens and Aluminum. We're going to Fred DeFelice now, waterscience.us. A lot of people don't realize, Fred, we look at it, we go every day, we're real conscientious about what we're buying as far as food. We're not going to, some people are not buying GMO or organic. They're real strict about what they eat, but yet they drink almost anything when it comes to water. They don't understand what's in there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, most of us are in the dark, have been in the dark about that. The problem is what's in our water supply from, like, for example, Tampa Bay provides most of the water throughout. And there's just a lot of contaminants that get in there that they cannot take care of.
Mm-hmm.
So it's incumbent upon us to take care of it in our own home. So I always tell people, just imagine having better than bottled water quality at every faucet in your home, both hot and cold.
Yeah.
And with our systems, you're not using salt, you're not using electricity, you're not wasting any water. So our systems use high-tech filtration, and we also take care of scaling. Most people have used a water softener that uses salt, mainly to get rid of the hard water in the scale. So our technology takes care of that without using that type of equipment.
Wow. Yeah, it's awesome. You set it up on the home, and again, you helped us out with our home. I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah.
It's great. And the water, I'm drinking it right now, as we're doing the show. Got the great water. You got your glass bottle there, too.
Yep.
And it just, you can taste the difference. You can see the difference as well when you put the testing to it.
Yeah. The big difference is our system leaves in all the good minerals.
Mm.
Reverse osmosis, for example, most bottled water is reverse osmosis. It's hardly any, the mineral count is low, makes the water acidic. So most of us live an acidic lifestyle to begin with.
That's right.
So we want to do whatever we can. Our under sink system that we developed removes fluoride, all the pharmaceutical drugs. It treats the water for microplastic particles, and it makes the water truly alkaline.
Wow.
Also makes the water hydrogen.
Yeah.
So our doctors are telling us that that type of water gets into our cells a lot easier.
Yeah.
So it's just all common sense mostly.
Yeah, we're talking with Fred DeFelice, waterscience.us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. And when it comes to the health side, a lot of people don't understand how important those micronutrients are in your body.
Absolutely.
The acidic, most people, again, as you mentioned, we're drinking coffee, a couple things of sugar in there. You're drinking, kids are getting candy and sugar sodas, sugar drinks. All of that stuff contributes to us having a high level of acidity in the bloodstream. Exactly. Now, and I learned this from Tony Robbins' events years ago, is the more basic that your body is in terms of the composition, less acidic, in other words, that cancer cells cannot survive in a basic side, but they do thrive in an acidic environment.
Right. Yeah. Acidic acid and sugar is the big thing with cancer. In fact, when they do a CAT scan, they inject you with sugar, right? And because the cancer cells light up when they get that sugar through your blood.
Wow.
So we know sugar, Coca-Cola, anything like that.
Right.
And man, I mean, I drink nothing but water. I mean, I love it. You need to get almost a gallon a day in you if you can.
A little sweet tea every now and then, a little half and half. That's what I get. I get the half and half. I do a little half sweet, half unsweet.
I'm still drinking 1 to 2 cups of coffee a day, but I'm surviving.
Drinking it black, or are you putting some stuff in it?
A little organic milk.
Okay, little this, little that.
I hear beer's 80% water. Does that count?
There you go.
I don't know.
He's hydrating a different way.
Yeah, and it's a lot of vegetables too.
Freddie, I thought I saw you crack a cold one every now and then. Every now and then.
Every now and then.
He's not going to admit to it on air. No, just kidding. So have a little fun here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Going back to the health side of it, though, Fred, it is something that people should consider. And I think one of the biggest misnomers as well is adding these water softeners to your system. Talk about that as well.
Yeah. Well, what happens with a water softener, the beads inside that system collect all the minerals. So every 4 days, the system gets backwashed, right? That's a process where it takes the salt tank, makes a salt brine mixture, and it washes those little pellets inside the system. Well, consequently, it puts sodium in your water the next time you go to drink it or use it.
Right.
Well, most people can't tolerate sodium, salt in their water or in their diet. It's not good for kids. It's not good for the elderly.
Yep.
So consequently, they now install a reverse osmosis system to get rid of the sodium. Now you might as well be drinking distilled water. It has no value whatsoever. So, so we eliminate all of that situation. This is proven technology. We've been using this for over a decade, and treats the water, gets rid of all the chloramine, which is a big thing today.
Chloramine,
Yep. And eliminates the scale. So
nice.
You've got pure, good, high mineral content water.
So let's do an offer then for the first 3 listeners. Let's say 3 people, 3 to 5 people maybe want to text in. What would be the offer? How do you want to structure that?
Well, right now we're offering $500 trade-in for your water softener.
Okay.
Or free installation. On top of that, we're going to give another 10% for the first 3 callers that call in.
10% off. Okay.
Another additional 10%.
Excellent. So $500 trade-in on your water softener. Text the word water to 813-670-7372. Text water to 813-670-7372. That's a way that you can engage with the show. We'll put you right in touch with Fred DeFelice, waterscience.us. More from our expert contributors coming up. Fred Muth, Tampa Screens and Aluminum, and our feel-good story of the day, Idaho farmers united to help a neighbor harvest his potatoes hours before a deep freeze. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Jarek Robbins. You are listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show with Brandon Rhymes. Please do what it takes to learn all that you have to live the life you want to live it fully, and find a way to give it by paying it forward to others.
Get in touch with Brandon online at consumerqb.com.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by True Leaf on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, published author as well. Check out our book on Amazon, Become the MVP in Your Industry by Surfing the Radio Waves. We'd love for you to check that out. And I've got some hot properties here in Tampa Bay as well. Just listed, did a reduction on 5822 Schooner Way in Tampa. This is in that Bayport Town and Country area of Tampa. You got bay access, 2-story home on a freshwater canal with a gorgeous boat dock, and you've got access to Upper Tampa Bay here, where you can take your boat around to the restaurants and dine to dinner, boat to dinner. 5822 Schooner Way in Tampa. Hot real estate property listing, compliments of Platinum MVP team. 4001 West North B Street here in Tampa as well. This is a great opportunity in Tampa. $299,000. Just a nice quality home here in Tampa Bay, partially renovated. The owner has kept it up to code. Just a gorgeous property here in Tampa Bay. Corner lot, close to shopping, close to all the malls, right here in Tampa Bay. Check out all of our listings at PlatinumMVPTeam.com. And this segment is brought to you by Brothers Easy Moving, the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. That's Brothers Easy Moving. Give Gary Thacker a call. He's the owner of the company, and I've known Gary for a number of years, and I can tell you from firsthand experience, they are a first-class organization. They do a great job. Whether you're planning a local or long-distance move, they can help you with all your packing. They do junk hauling and more. They can move your office and business as well. Brothers Easy Moving, the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Check them out online, Brothers Easy brotherseasymoving.com. That's E as in Edward, Z as in zebra. brotherseasymoving.com. All right, we're back here in studio. Got an all-star lineup today. Connor Keller's in the house. InsectIQ.com. We got Fred Muth in the house. Tampa Screens and Aluminum. Fred DeFelice as well. Waterscience.us. So we're talking with Fred Muth now. Tampa Screens and Aluminum. We got the Tin Man in the house. Yes, sir. Welcome back in.
Thank you. Nice to be back. I missed a show last week. Too busy. Sorry. But I'll make up for it this week.
All right. Let's do it.
These screen enclosures. The in-between space.
Yes.
I love that term. You coined the phrase.
Yeah.
These things obviously will protect you from the mosquitoes, the bats, and the birds and the bees.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah. Anything bigger than that, call Connor Keller. we can't help you after that, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, at the break, I was talking to Freddie DeFelice. We did his enclosure back in, 15 years ago. And I don't recall, Freddie, did we pour the concrete, or did you take care of it?
No, you did the concrete.
I did the concrete. Yeah, that is the toughest part of our business, believe it or not, the concrete.
How so?
Well, we got to get it from the front to the back. Think about that,
Yeah.
Ground elevations, etc.
Yep.
Every time we sell a job and it requires concrete, there's always some risk involved. But I'll tell you, I got a very good man that does my concrete work.
Good.
And if it wasn't for that, we'd be dead in the water. We call it the necessary evil in the business, concrete.
Yeah.
But you got to have a very good concrete foundation company to take care of that, and we do.
So in a situation like that, is it the logistics of getting it from the front yard to the backyard?
It's
wheelbarrows?
It's a tough call. They don't wheelbarrow. They either pump or they cart it. They have electric cart that'll run it back there. But the distance between the houses in some cases, Tampa palms. Geez, it's tough up there. You got palm trees on each lot, and you got 42 inches between the palm trees.
Yep.
And you have to get a 42-inch wide machine between 42 inches of palm trees. And,
right.
This is a common problem.
Yeah.
And, of course, with the city of Tampa, you have to protect all the trees. Every job in the city, there's a requirement where we have to do the site work, where we have to wrap the trees, and we have to put the barrier fencing down. You see that black silt fence? We have to cover. It's a formality to keep the dirt and debris from going into the next guy's property.
Yeah, it seems like it, because when you see those at construction job sites, it's like, is that really going to do anything?
Not really.
You see it, but they make you do it.
They make you do it, right?
Yeah.
And another thing is the trees. I was talking the last time regarding the trees. We have to follow this equation. If there's an oak tree in the city of Tampa within 20 feet of the dig site, there's an equation we have to follow to make sure that we can dig at that point. If that oak tree, if it's beyond 48 inches wide, 42 inches off the ground, you have a lot of questions to answer with the city of Tampa before you can dig, if it's within 20 feet. Beyond 20 feet, you're okay. And it's irrelevant where the tree sets. If it sets on the neighbor's property or your the one that you're working on, it's irrelevant. It's where the tree is because of the roots.
Right. Yeah, it makes sense.
All of these considerations, they go into... a lot of it goes into pricing the jobs as well.
Right. So we're talking with Tampa Screens and Aluminum here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We got Fred Muth in the house, the Tin Man, and almost said Screen Man. That's Chris.
Is he the Screen Man?
I think we would call him Screen Man.
No, that's okay. There was another company called the Screen Man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I know the guy that owns it. I don't know if he's around anymore, so be careful with that one.
Yeah, he's up in Lutz. I deal with him sometimes.
The Screen Man?
We have to cut screens to fumigate houses, yeah.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's got a big old F-250, drives around, jacked up. Yeah.
So I think that's what we had mentioned, Chris Hatfield at one point.
Hatfield, I'll tell you, if you talk to Hatfield about screen enclosures, sit down, grab your lunch, and call your wife, tell her you're going to be late. He could talk.
Yeah.
He's good.
He does
and
a good job.
He knows his stuff. I mean, he's technical. I usually have to pull up another dictionary when I'm sitting there talking to him, to try to find out some of these things he's talking about.
Yeah.
Interesting guy. I run into him from time to time in the office, and the conversation never gets old.
Yeah.
He's a sharp guy. But, another thing I like to touch on in this business, and Freddie, I think when we did yours, I think it was a prefab.
Yes.
It was built in the factory, and that was the other company I worked with. But Tampa Screens is they don't prefab; they custom build. And pros and cons: the custom built product it takes a little longer to put it up. But the guys are out there, and they're like artists when they do the work. Whereas on a prefab, it's built in a factory and brought out in sections. And it's a different type of installation crew that does prefab versus the build on site. I can't say one's a lot better than the other, but I do know with a prefab, if there's a problem with the product at some point, a repair is much more expensive because a lot of the hardware is on the inside. It's internal, and you have to find a way to get it apart. But I got a couple companies that I know out there that are prefab companies, and they're busy. They do a lot of builder work, and they don't do a lot of concrete work. So all the jobs with the concrete they send to me. That's why I can't make these events.
The evening events you can't make.
Yeah.
So Tampa Screens and Aluminum here in Tampa Bay. The things that we talk about as well when it comes to the real estate side, when you look at adding value to a property, definitely adding a screen room, the patio, the porch, the in-between space, that's definitely going to add value to the property. It's going to help you sell faster if you're looking to sell. It's one of those situations where, all things else equal, you're going to sell this property faster. And you've also got these new property lines, the product line. Let's look at that online. If we can get Rob to throw that up on the screen there for us. Yes, you got the Renaissance product line, Create Your Dream Patio.
That is the advanced version of the patio, patio roof enclosure that we've sold for years. It's a little more pricey than the standard product, and some of the differences are the extruded metal is all powder coated, which powder coating painting is a fairly higher advanced technology when it comes to painting aluminum.
Yeah.
The hardest thing in the world is, excuse me, is to make the paint married to the aluminum.
Right.
And years ago, it was everything was anodized because they didn't try to paint it; they would just anodize it so it would not corrode. Then they found a way to they would pre-anodize just to clean the metal, and then they would do what they call an ESP paint, where it's electrostatic paint. They either positively charge the metal, negatively charge the paint. I'm not sure which way it is.
Wow.
It's maybe the other way around, and it's still done that way today. So that paint is married to and I say anodize because it's before it's painted, they run it through anodizing fluid to clean it, and now it sticks very well. However, powder coating is it's a dry process where they run a heavier charge, from my understanding, a heavier charge of positive versus negative, either positively charge the metal, negatively charge the powder. And I've been in powder coating booths on demonstrations, and it's amazing. They shoot that metal, and you really don't have to wear a mask because the metal attracts the powder.
Wow.
And when it's all done, down on the floor it goes, they sweep it up.
Wow.
It's amazing. So it really hits into the metal a little harder, powder coating.
Yeah. Yeah, and then that you have less problems, less maintenance over the years.
That's correct.
By utilizing that type of material that you're utilizing. So Tampa Screens and Aluminum, top quality service, top quality products.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, it's family owned. That's the thing.
Family owned.
When I call over there, I either get family member or another family member.
Yeah.
Or somebody who's been there long enough, they could be a family member.
Yeah, they're considered a family member at that point.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff. So when we come back, we're going to jump into our lightning round. We're going to hear our top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom from all of our expert contributors here. Connor Keller in the house, Insect IQ, Fred Muth, Tampa Screens and Aluminum, Fred DeFelice, waterscience.us, and our feel-good story of the day, Idaho farmers unite to help a neighbor harvest his potatoes hours before a deep freeze. Find out about that next on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by True Leaf on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Realty, helping you win in your real estate business, your business investing, buying, selling, or investing. We would love to talk to you. We're also hiring real estate agents to our team. We have a plethora of leads, and we're growing our team, and we are looking for just a select few realtors that might want to join our team. Check us out online, platinummvpteam.com, and also recently featured in Real Producers Magazine. They did a great spread for us, Real Producers Magazine, and it was great to have the photo shoot done and getting the family involved, talking about the team and just a lot of the new technologies and strategies that we're utilizing marketing-wise to help our sellers profit more on the sale of their real estate properties, and also our work in the community with folks like Work Done Charities and Children's Cancer Center. Really excited about a lot of the cool things happening here around the show, around the community, and a lot of good stuff happening. Wanted to let you know about this hot property in Odessa as well, 1645 Parker Point in Odessa. This is a gated community, and you've got a lakefront community as well. If you're a fisherman or love the outdoors and love being on the boats, you got a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home with an open floor plan. That is just a gorgeous opportunity. A large lot in a gated community with bay access. You've got, or with lake access rather. You've got tennis courts as well. 1645 Parker Point Boulevard in Odessa, and also 12610 Port Marnock Drive in Odessa. This is a property that is in another, it's a gated community, golf cart community, because you've got the golf courses around you. 12610 Port Marnock Drive. The owners just renovated the kitchen. Gorgeous kitchen, very light color kitchen, and it's perfect for great floor plan, great layout as well. And you've got a pool, spa, and golf course view right there. Check out all of our listings at platinummvpteam.com.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
All right, every day we're going to tell you something positive here in our feel-good story of the day.
Tell me something good.
All right, so we got farmers in eastern Idaho got word from one of their own that still had potatoes in the ground to harvest hours before a hard freeze. They all came together to lend a helping hand. On Wednesday, a farmer near a small community of Hammer, about 32 miles north of Idaho Falls, had potatoes still in the ground and the hard freeze coming. He wasn't going to be able to take all of his crop out in time. So other farmers and members of the community came together to help him save his crop. John Larson was one of many wanting to help. While heading to the farm, he took a quick video of the convoy. The convoy of trucks included 9 harvesters, and he estimated that 50 people in total showed up. They got it all harvested by about 8 p.m., Larson said. He estimated they saved several $100,000 worth of potatoes. Quote, this is what people do when they help their neighbor, Larson said. There really wasn't a second thought about it. So that's pretty cool how they come together there. Pretty neat. Coming together out there, saving the potatoes. We need our French fries, all right? Baked potatoes, and goes good with our steaks. All right, so let's jump into our lightning round here.
The lightning round.
I am so good at lightning rounds.
I majored in lightning.
All right, here we go. Top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom. Connor Keller, Insect IQ.
So here at Insect IQ, we want to help our neighbors too. So what we've come up with is a way to bundle services together. You get more for less, basically. So the more you bundle together, for example, residential pest management and termite, the more you save. You pay a low down payment, a low monthly payment. It includes everything. It's one phone call, no matter what's going on inside and out. We just want to simplify everything, make it as simple as possible for the consumer. One thing second thing I wanted to point out real quick, when we're talking about pouring concrete, we talked a lot about screen enclosures, and just anytime you're going to pour concrete in Florida, the Florida Building Code requires that you have a preventative subterranean termite treatment completed by a licensed pest control company. Insect IQ provides these services as well. It's a very straightforward process. We come in and treat the soil, provide a certificate of compliance. That way when you go close out your permits, there's no issues. The building department's happy, and you're protecting your investment in the process. And then, of course, we could talk to you about treating the rest of the house preventatively as well.
Awesome. Connor Keller, Insect IQ, also hiring, looking for a wildlife tech in Orlando and Tampa. All right, we got Fred DeFelice, waterscience.us.
Well, I am a second-generation master plumber, and when I come out to your home, I come myself. I'm the owner of the company. I'm going to come in and test your water and evaluate your plumbing system, and then make a recommendation on the right system for your size, family, and home. And we do that in less than an hour.
Nice.
The other thing, you're probably buying bottled water. You're probably spending $1 a day, right? You go into the convenience store.
Right.
You can finance our equipment for about $1 a day.
Wow.
So, I like your analogy where if you're renting, why not buy a home?
That's right.
If you're buying bottled water, stop doing that.
Yeah. Very similar.
And then one last thought. If you can read, thank a teacher. And if you can read in English, thank a veteran. And if you have indoor toilet, thank a plumber.
I love that one. That's a good one. All right, Fred Muth, Tampa, screens and aluminum.
That's going to be a tough one to top.
Yes, yes.
Anyway.
Sets the bar high.
Many years ago, I was on a job site and explaining to a customer the process and the materials. And he says to me, Fred, stop and think what you're doing. You're confusing me. He says, you think everybody is, you're assuming everybody knows what you're talking about. He says, you have to be a little more complacent with the customer.
Right.
And I sat back and I thought, the guy's right. Here I was getting off, on and on and on, just assuming that people understood what I was saying. And from that point on, I slowed down and I tried to explain it more so in layman's terms. And I urged the customers to please ask me questions about the project, because I can continue to talk, assuming that they know what I'm talking about. But if they don't ask me the questions, I may not cover it. So at Tampa Screens, we really push forward for people to ask as many questions as they like prior to signing a contract. It makes us more comfortable. It makes me more comfortable.
Yeah.
That way, there's no surprises on the back end. There's nothing worse in construction than a surprise at the back end.
Yeah.
So that's my parting words.
That happens a lot in the construction industry. You get these false expectations set in terms of completion date. You get, the punch order, the punch list changing from time to time. So it's one of those things where, up front, ask all those questions, try to have the foresight. And it's sometimes a good idea to ask the question, what should I be asking you that I'm not asking you yet, that I haven't thought to ask you?
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's one to think of.
Because, with construction, anything can happen at any time. And when you bid the job, you put in the Murphy's Law factor, or do you put in the perfect world factor on the numbers,
Yeah.
Because there's never a perfect world in the construction business.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I wanted to mention a little bit about as well with my wife with her business. She has this feng shui and pranic healing business that she does as well. So she offers feng shui consults, home clearing, energy healing, couples healing, meditation workshops, pranic healing as well, pranic sculpting. So she does a great job with this, and she's got a lot of reviews on her website as well, fengshuioftampabay.com, fengshuioftampabay.com. So it's more of the the energy side of how to structure your or plan out your furnishings, the flow of the home, and that she did a lot of that. Speaking of construction, went into the design of our home, and it's important that you take that into account because it's there's a lot to that when it comes to the feng shui side of real estate.
Yeah,
it really is. So let's talk a little bit about success. You guys are all successful people. You're taking time out of your busy schedule to come in and appear on our show, and let's maybe go another round here, but just talk about what's helped you get to where you're at. What's your top tip in terms of success for other people? Again, coming from that Work Done Charities, I'm looking at his success not only as a football player on and off the field, but what would be a tip, Connor, maybe for a young up-and-comer, someone that's in business but wanting to do better, do more?
Probably the single biggest thing for me is to seek counsel from people who have already been there and done that. Whether it doesn't necessarily have to be in your industry, but those industry captains, you can find that guy to mentor, or a girl for that matter, woman to mentor you. It's really invaluable. And then after that is just the early bird gets the worm. I get up at 4:30, 5 o'clock every morning. I plan out my day. It's really quiet at that time. Get a little exercise in.
Nice.
And then I'm trying to be that first person out the door. Getting that next job, that next sale. And then work ethic. That's probably the single biggest thing I'm finding as I'm interviewing and hiring people or training people. This next generation or the millennials, everybody bashes on the millennials, but it's their darn fault. I mean, show up to work on time, put in a hard day's work, earn your way, earn your living, and you'll get somewhere, someplace, someday, but you're not going to get everything to start. So that's just the way the world works.
I like it. Model an expert, wake up early, work hard.
It's pretty basic stuff, but
all right. Good stuff. Fred?
Yeah. Just know everything about your business, what you're planning to do, and be totally honest. I mean, everything will be provided to you if you just do the right thing by people.
That's right. Yeah. I like that. Yeah. The golden rule.
Yeah, really good.
Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. I like that. Good stuff. Fred Muth.
I always suggest to young people in today's world trying to find their place in the business world, find an industry that you like. Stay with it. Don't jump around. There's pitfalls with everything that you do. The grass is greener over there from this side until you get there, and it's not always greener. So I was told as a young man that the same thing. Find an industry, stay with it. Don't jump around, and you'll succeed.
Yeah, that's right. And focus on those things that matter. There's too many things today, especially now more than ever, where you can pull your attention, Instagram, Facebook, I'm going to do one more post. Well, maybe you should actually make 10 more sales calls and then maybe mess around with an Instagram post or a Facebook post. Because then there's some things that people get out of whack. They'd rather be on the computer, posting, emailing, doing that thing. Hey, pick up the phone, go out and meet and greet, go out and door knock, look for business, especially real estate. You get out there in the community, you're door knocking on doors, you're knocking on businesses and let them know who you are and what business you do and how you can help the community. So I think too many times people try to be passive and they want to sit behind a keyboard or a smartphone a lot of times. And then the distractions are key. That's you got to really focus on your vital few, the Pareto principle. What are those key 20% of tasks that you do that actually move that needle towards success? So so that's another great show. And follow up on Connor's. I always heard the early bird gets the worm. But I always pondered because the second mouse gets the cheese, right?
Right. Unless it's moved.
Unless it's moved somehow.
Yeah, someone moves my cheese.
Yeah, someone moved my cheese. That's right.
And you had to say that
great show.
Right before lunch. You have to say
that. There you go. Right? So we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Pack up some food or clothing. Carry it with you. Donate your time. Donate some blood. Lots of ways that you can be a force for good in the community and volunteer. And we'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Follow us online, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show.
Are you a real estate agent looking to take your business to the next level and supercharge your marketing? Hi, I'm Brandon Rhymes, owner of Platinum MVP Realty and host of the Real Estate Quarterback Show, syndicated radio and TV show talk program on iHeartRadio, 1025 The Bone, daily 5 o'clock drive time on 1380 The Biz, and our TV show is on WeBeam TV. We're looking for real estate agents that want to join our team and supercharge their marketing utilizing some of our innovative strategies. We utilize the Real Geeks platform, Facebook marketing, internet marketing, and a lot of the traditional methods as well. Postcard mailers mailed for you, postage, signage, business cards, all paid for by the company. Aggressive real estate splits and ways to help you win in any marketplace. We need you to go out, take applications, and work our plethora of leads that we're generating on a daily basis. Reach out by clicking the form below, and we'd love to have a confidential interview with you.